When a person agrees to take on the role of director or officer for an organization, they are also agreeing to follow the laws, regulations, and the bylaws of the organization. Every director and officer of a corporation shall comply with this act and the regulations, and the articles, the bylaws, and any unanimous member agreement. Laws, regulations, and the bylaws of an organization create the parameters within which the organization can function. Directors and officers of the organization must answer to both the government and the stakeholders of the organization. If the organization operates outside of its legal parameters and a lawsuit ensues, the directors and officers may be held liable. This includes, for example, understanding and complying with the tax code, what needs to be filed and when, knowing which government regulations apply to the organization and adhering to those requirements. So let's take a look at the case of a not-for-profit organization that's a registered charity with the Canada Revenue Agency, or CRA. In order to become a registered charity and be exempt from taxation, the organization needed to meet specific requirements set out by the CRA. If the organization then operates for non-exempt purposes, the organization's charitable status is revoked, tax becomes due, and the revocation is made public knowledge. The organization is not in compliance with tax law, the directors have breached their duty to obey. The duty to obey also includes ensuring that the organization operates in alignment with the purpose or purposes set out in the organization's bylaws and articles of incorporation. So that is, staying loyal to the mission of the organization. So looking again at the previous example, by operating in a non-exempt fashion, the organization is not operating in keeping with its purpose as a charity, and the directors have breached their duty to obey. If the organization properly maintained its status as a charity, but changed its operations from, for example, operating a soup kitchen to running a used clothing store, the directors may have still breached their duty to obey if this change does not align with the organization's stated purpose.